Imagine being 3 times richer than Jeff Bezos, or having so much power that the U.S. government needs to create unique laws just to control your company. At the height of his career, John D. Rockefeller's wealth amounted to 1.5% of the United States' total economic output, which is about $280 billion today. The secret to his vast wealth was his company, Standard Oil. At its height, Standard Oil controlled 90% of U.S. refineries and pipelines during a time when demand for oil was soaring. Typically, for wealthy families, only about 10% of their wealth survives to the third generation. However, the Rockefeller family still remains one of the richest and most powerful in the world. For the most part, their wealth was made legally, but legal doesn't always mean ethical. This is the story of John D. Rockefeller. John was born in 1839 in Richford, New York. His father, William Avery Rockefeller, was a con artist and later a quack doctor who sold homemade medicine. He paid great attention to his appearance to give the impression of success, and rumors even linked him to a horse-stealing ring. The family moved frequently until 1857, when they settled in Cleveland, Ohio, a city that would offer John opportunities he could not have found elsewhere. Rockefeller grew up living a simple life, attending school only part of the year and spending the rest working. He was quiet, reserved, and hard-working. He dropped out of high school to work as an assistant bookkeeper, earning 50 cents a day. He saved his money and, with a loan from his father, entered the business world in 1859 by starting a commodities brokerage firm trading produce and petroleum products. In 1863, Rockefeller and his partners opened their own refinery. Just 2 years later, Rockefeller bought out his partner and formed a new firm with chemist Samuel Andrews. He secured further capital from Stephen Harkness, which brought Henry Flagler into the business. Flagler's organizational skills complemented Rockefeller's financial discipline, forming a partnership that would build an industrial empire. In 1870, at just 31 years old, Rockefeller founded Standard Oil. Unlike others, he focused on oil refining, where costs were more stable. He became obsessed with cost saving, waste reduction, and research. Standard Oil found value where others saw none, refining unusable sour oil into profit. Rockefeller rapidly expanded by acquiring or shutting down competitors. In just 3 months of 1872, he eliminated 22 of his 26 Cleveland rivals. Standard Oil's massive scale allowed him to secure exclusive railroad discounts, giving him an advantage no competitor could match. By the late 1880s, Standard Oil controlled 90% of American refineries. Public outrage grew as journalists exposed Standard Oil's tactics. Rockefeller avoided the press, which only intensified scrutiny. In 1911, the Supreme Court ruled that Standard Oil violated the Sherman Antitrust Act and ordered it to be broken into 34 companies. Although Rockefeller retired from daily operations, the breakup ultimately increased his wealth. Years of pressure damaged his health, and this period marked a turning point. Rockefeller shifted his focus to philanthropy. In 1913, the Rockefeller Foundation was established, focusing on public health, education, and scientific research. His funding helped establish the University of Chicago, the Rockefeller Institute of Medical Research, and supported vaccine development and modern medical education. The foundation led global campaigns against diseases such as malaria, yellow fever, and hookworm, and later funded the Green Revolution, which increased agricultural productivity and saved millions of lives. Rockefeller preferred large, strategic donations aimed at solving root problems rather than short-term relief. By the time of his death, Rockefeller had given away most of his fortune. While his wealth reached nearly $900 million in 1912, his estate was only $26 million. His family preserved influence through trusts, family offices, and strategic wealth management. Today, the Rockefeller family remains influential economically and politically. Many major oil companies trace their roots back to Standard Oil. Although the family eventually divested from fossil fuels, their foundations continue to shape global health, education, and policy. John D. Rockefeller was a master of the system, ruthless in building his fortune and strategic in reshaping his legacy. His life represents both the darker and brighter sides of American capitalism.